Hey guys, how we doing? Doing more work on the bus. Kind of figure I'd give her a little hell this week and see how far I can kind of get along with it. And today I started with exhaust. Exhaust. We had this is one of the elbows that was in there, and the ends of the flanges were getting to the point where there wasn't much meat holding them anymore. And a friend of mine hooked me up with another one. You see that one's blown right away. Hooked me up with another one, and I put that in and took care of a couple other issues. This was like what we had for bolts holding it. They're getting a little on the slinky side. Actually, these are the better ones. You get the idea. So we cut that stuff off of there and pop the tire off. Put the light on you. There you go. And we got us a nice new freshy one in there. Some new hardware. They have I thought it was like a flange with a gasket in it, but there's actually like a metal donut gasket kind of looking thing that you wouldn't see on American cars. And the cat was kind of gone too. I know that looks like hell, but at least it's all metal again. The bolts that were holding them together were down to pencil leads, and so I put 3 new bolts through there and just kind of goobered them up with welding, just kind of beefed them up so that there was some kind of flange reattached to that. So that was that guy and that guy. And the muffler was not being held in by anything. They had a hose clamp around it. It's supposed to have these kind of funky looking brackets that go around from the other side, so I just kind of bent me up some threaded rod and made my own. I don't know what you can be able to see on the top side, if anything. Where are we? Yeah. Kind of see up there where it kind of catches it. Had to make like a T and grab that and just bent it around. And the last piece was when I first got it, it was missing a tailpipe, so I welded up a tailpipe. So we're now exhausted. So that pretty much wraps up. Shut the light back off. That pretty much come on. All right, there you go. That pretty much wraps up the motor part of it. It's been tuned, a bunch of the gas lines replaced. What else did I do? Said the tune-up components. Exhaust, belts, tires, brakes, brake lines. Yep. Alarm.
System disarmed.
Saved by the bell. And what else we do? I even forget. Yeah, I just kind of go on autopilot and do all that stuff. Oh, the dash, tore the dash apart, kicked the critters out of there, and did our best to get everything working. The dash lights working, power windows, got those working. The power door locks, got them working so they work mechanically. They were power, but a bunch of the relays that power them were shot, and it just wasn't worth the money to go ahead and put that stuff in there. I haven't done any much more with the propane tank. I'm kind of gonna let that sink in for a little bit. What I want to do, I may go in on the Samba. Someone has a new one on there for $100. Just how you kind of work out shipping with a stranger. It's not like you. They may have PayPal, and then I'm all set with that. But if not, I'm a little leery about sending a check to somebody and seeing what you get. You know. So that was the first half of the day, and then the second half of the day was starting to rip the interior out and rid it of its nasty ass smell. And so that's what I've been doing. I have a pile of crap, as you can kind of see over there. And if you look inside it, she's getting empty. We got the seat out of it. A bunch of the overhead cabinets are out so far. And if you guys remember, there was a huge stain up top. You see down below. Yeah, there was some critters in around the bottom heater. but not too bad. And there's a computer. And you can see we got the upper stuff ripped out. A billion screws in this thing. And that vent tore out of it. And then you get to, oh, look at that. Light back on. What do you think? You think that's what smelled real bad? That's the squirrel cage that runs the AC unit up top. And I'm surprised that thing even turned. I told you every time I turned it on, it was like raining confetti inside the thing. Well, that's a good reason. And you go peek-a-boo in there. You can see all the roads they've been making. And through that speaker hole, you can kind of see more. So that's the process so far to get to that. And the other bad part about that is if you know all that stuff is there, where'd that stuff come from? That's the insulation from the walls. So I have a feeling it is from this side behind here. So all this stuff still has to come out. But it was pretty much to be expected. I pretty much knew that ahead of time. You know, as I said, by that, it had that telltale sign running down it. I knew it wasn't going to be good. So my idea is to clean all that stuff out of there as best as possible, and have a couple of cleaners that work pretty good with dealing with that, and then we'll Febreze the crap out of it. But what I'm probably going to do is, that wood is probably permeated, so what I'm probably going to do is paint the back sides of them and just kind of seal it so that there's no odor to them. The hard part, tearing it down from here, is there's two drains. I don't know if you can kind of see them. They have black hose running there. One on that side, and they ran it, it was stupid, they ran it through the side of the cabinet instead of having like a slot in the cabinet where you can drop that down. I don't know, I guess when it was new it wasn't so bad, but you see that hose there too. They have to come out of there so I can drop this pan down, but those hoses, I went to go grab them, they're as hard as a rock, so I'm not quite sure how we're going to deal with that. And that has to be hooked up, or else when you have the AC on, the water dripping out of it's going to be dripping, you know, down into here. You guys can probably see back in there better than I can. I haven't been able to, not that I really wanted to stick my head up in there, you know. But that's what we're dealing with. And then there was a, I don't know what you want to call it, a diffuser or whatever that hung in this space, and that's the thing that had all the vents on it. And that's the other half of the crap pile. So you can see the other half of the critter nest that was in there. Just smell it from there, can't you? Good stuff. And these are the two vents that ran down the side of it for the AC to kind of ran it around the rest of the car. And not too bad. I mean, that stuff will wash out. And I may just do the same thing. I'll splash some paint in there just to seal any odor. I think I'll take the curtains off and send them out and have them dry cleaned. Yeah, this is the vent in the front of this. There's a piece that goes across. It's around here somewhere. That has, there it is. That's the piece that attaches to the front of it, where all the vents are that blows the AC through the cabin. This is the cushions for the upper bunk. They actually don't look too bad, and whoops, they look like they unzipper. So at the same time, I'll take those off and have those washed kind of the same way. And then the bench seat, put up a little bit of a fight, but I got that out of there. But you can kind of see that thing's kind of dirty too. So that's gonna have a date with the carpet shampooer. See how we can do with that. What else I want to show you? Anything else? Oh, there's look at these brackets back here. That went onto the rear deck. They had screws in there, and of course they wouldn't come out, so I had to drill them out of there. And the other thing they did was they had it set up for a curtain that kind of goes across the back when you're in it, or a screen rather. That's what those snaps are for. They kind of go all the way around. But why would they just not put a screw in the center of those? They're riveted in. So they'll take those panels off the side. You got to drill them out and then redo it. bazillion of them though. So I gotta get this guy to drop down. Here's the back of the vent. Get this thing out of here, and then once that's out, I can get the closet out of the side, and then the cabinet next to it. I don't think I'm gonna have to really remove the refrigerator unit. I'm gonna try and leave that in place. It all depends on how far I can get into the panels behind this. You can kind of see how nasty that is, right? Oof. So as I said, I'll clean all that stuff to within an inch of his life. I'm gonna hit the pressure washer, bring all the stuff maybe to the car wash and pressure wash it, and then do as I said. I'll just paint it to seal it. So that's where we are. We're getting into the nitty-gritty nasties, you know. And too bad I don't have any more height in here. So as far as I can open the top. I guess if I pull it forward or back a little bit, I can probably come in between those two joists and lift that top up about another foot or so. Cut the plastic away. But if I can work around it for now, I will. And when it comes time to do that shot too, the tent that's up top, they got into that also. I actually cut it away with a knife when I first got it, just to kind of get rid of some of the nastiness of it. That's what we got up here. The whole bed stripped out of it. You can kind of see this is what we were dealing with that. Because they got up in there too. Did I tell you I hate mice? Yeah, I hate mice. They suck. But that's, it is what it is, right? I got some, when I was doing the gaskets, I wasn't quite sure what I had for gaskets and what I needed. And check this stuff out. You guys that are motorheads might like this. This stuff right here. It's actually a sheet of gasket material for exhaust. And you can kind of make whatever you want out of it. You just kind of, I'm guessing you hammer it like you would like a regular gasket. But it's fairly thick. And it was pretty cheap too. It's like $10 for the sheet. But like, say if you have a head gasket that's blown on like a small engine repair or anything like that, and the old stuff you can't find it, you can make it. Yeah, Velcro. It's good for heat. I was going to make exhaust flanges if I had to, but I found that these two right here are pretty close to the 1600 VW flanges. I put one there and one there. I just had to egg the holes out just a little bit to get them to clear. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the day. It's just about 8 o'clock at night tonight, and I think I'm done with smelling mice pee for a while. Alright, take care everybody. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more VW repair. Take care.